What's up, my foodie family? I hope you're all eating well. Uh, I just want to make sure you guys understand that we need to tell our own stories before someone else tries to tell our story. And for me, growing up, I was the youngest of four kids, and my mother was also the youngest of seven kids, which made me like the baby of the family, one of the youngest in the family. So my family has always seen me as little cuz or little bro. But me personally, I've always seen myself as a person. So I uh, I never felt loved as a child, as a young child. I felt like I was overlooked because there were so many other people in the family, kind of like uh, the Home Alone kid. You know how he didn't feel like the rest of the people in the family loved him. I felt the same way. You know what I mean? So I never felt like my brothers really loved me. I felt like they bullied me a lot growing up. I felt like my mom was too busy. You know, she had to pay bills. She had a lot going on, and that's probably one of the reasons why I would always look for love in other women. You know what I mean? Because I felt like my mom was too busy for me. And then, my dad died when I was young. I had a stepfather, but I felt like he would always take his anger out on me. And so at home in my household, when I was a young child, I didn't really feel the love. So when we would spend the weekends at my grandma's house, and that's when I would feel love. I felt like my grandma loved me a lot just because the way she would interact with me, change jars, and she would always have treats, and she would always cook. She would always ask me how I felt and things like that. So being so close with my being that I felt love for my grandma, it made me kind of get closer to her. And then she was always a good cook. She would always, make people happy with food. And then I kind of like, I love that as well. I seen how people were happy with the food she was cooking. So that is one of the reasons why I would like help my grandma cook and help my mom cook, and you know what I mean. That kind of helped me grow a love for food. And then in that love for food is kind of like where I felt like I had something to offer to the world. You know what I mean? So it's like once I found that love, it kind of like started to change my life. It kind of made me feel like I had something to offer. And it kind of like I started to see how happy I was when I was around food and when I was cooking food for people. So having the love for food is something that changed my life. It helped me understand that you know there's more than just the negativity in the world. You know what I mean? Being around food and cooking food helped me see the positivity and helped me understand that there was more to life. And then once I found that love for food, like I said, it changed my life. So what I'm trying to say is, when you find something you love, that's when your life will change. You know what I mean? So it's like even if you feel like you're overlooked, you're not loved, you have to find something you love. It could be whatever, you know what I'm saying. But once you find what you love, do it to the best of your ability. Do it with all your heart, and do it without wanting money. Do it because you want to make people happy, and that's why I cook. I cook because I want to make people happy with food. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily doing it for the money. Yeah, the bills need to be paid, but I can cook all day and give away free food, and I wouldn't care. I would still be happy because I know I put love into the food that I was making. So that's all I'm trying to say is, no matter where you came from, no matter how bad your upbringing was, no matter how bad you feel, if you feel like you don't have love, if you feel like you're alone, you have to put your all into whatever you love to do. And make sure you're doing what you do because you love to, and you're not doing it for work. Because if you do it for work, you're not going to love to do it anymore. So just make sure, don't let the ills of the world get to you. Find something you love to do it to the best of your ability, and then offer what you love to do to the world, and then your life will change. You know what I'm saying? And just make sure you're doing your best to turn a negativity into a positivity. Until next time, uh, peace, love, and fish grease.